Hello everybody, Lord Almighty here. Today is Saturday, October 26th, 2019, and this could prove to be a very spooky, scary fishing trip, because right there is Ghost Lake, and right there is Shades of Death Road, and this is all located within Jenny Jump State Forest. So, even if I don't catch any fish, I might see some kind of a ghost or monster or something. And judging by this pond, which I have never fished before, it looks like it's very shallow, very weedy, and in order to fish it effectively, I'm going to start by throwing this weightless fluke, Texas rigged, on straight braid, so that I can negotiate these weeds. I don't know what's in this pond, but I imagine it is the normal complement of Jersey fish, bass, pickerel, sunfish, crappie, that sort of thing. But really, the only way to figure that out for sure is to start fishing. So, let's go! Whew, well, guys, this lake isn't just shallow, it is extremely shallow. And from the vegetation line along the shore here, it looks like it's even shallower than it usually is, maybe by a foot or more. So I'm just going to have to do some walking around to figure out where the fishable water is in this place, if there's even any left. Nope. So as I said before, guys, this lake is located within Jenny Jump State Forest, and it's been a while since I looked into it, but if I remember correctly, it's called Jenny Jump State Forest because there was a girl, supposedly named Jenny, who was being pursued by an overzealous suitor, I guess, and he chased her through the forest, and she came to a cliffside, and when the suitor was almost upon her, she jumped. So yeah, the state forest was named after a girl who committed suicide, apparently. But it wasn't just called Jenny State Forest, it was called Jenny Jump State Forest. You know, as if to remove all doubt that, oh hey, a woman jumped to her death here. God, my state's weird sometimes. And not always in the good way. Well, this area around here is like the deepest water I've seen so far, by far. And I'm not seeing anything moving. So, I don't quite know what's going on here. Maybe this lake is dead, that's why it's called Ghost Lake. What if the lake is the ghost? Oh my God, did I just blow your mind? I'll tell you what, there's an earthen dam over there. You can see some people walking across it right now. Maybe there's some deeper water over there. I'm going to see if I can get there. Well, if nothing else, it is an absolutely gorgeous day to be out. This is about the best late October weather you could ask for. It's probably about 70 degrees, maybe a little less. I can still feel a hint of fall crispness in the air. but suffice to say, it is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm just glad to be out and about today. You know, this place would be a lot more idyllic if there wasn't somebody off that way going absolutely ham with a leaf blower. Oh well. It's New Jersey. Somewhere somebody's making noise. Well, here I am at the dam, and there's definitely some deeper water over here. And I've actually seen a few smaller fish swimming around, so there are signs of life here. And there's also this secondary pond on the other side, which looks like it also has some fairly deep water in it. So I'm just gonna fish both of them and I'll see what happens. Well guys, that fluke didn't turn up anything, but I have been seeing some movement in the pads, and some of them look like they might be some decent sized fish. So I switched over to a buzzbait, and I'm just going to bring it over the top of these weeds and see if any of those fish are in a chasing mood. I actually kind of wish that I brought my frogs with me. It's a little late in the year for the frog bite, but it hasn't been too cold, and I imagine there's still a few active fish around who would bust one of those things. Well guys, the buzzbait didn't turn up anything, so I think I'm going to play small ball for a little while. I've got a little 1-inch gulp minnow on a 1/64 ounce jig head. I'm just going to toss it around, see if I can get some of those sunfish and small bass I've been seeing. Now, this is my medium action rod with 8-pound test, so I might not be able to cast it very far, but fortunately these fish have been coming in pretty close to shore, so I think I should be able to get it out far enough. Oh, there's one. There we go. Little bluegill. Alrighty. Well, it's something. It's always nice to get the skunk out any way you can, in this case. Not bad. Ah! It just disappeared. Disappeared into the mouth of a bluegill. Alrighty. Fish number 2. There's another one. Quite a little school of them out there, I guess. Really dark colors on these bluegill. I don't know if it's because they're in the weeds or if the water's a little bit stained and they're taking on that dark color. But definitely pretty and definitely feisty. There we go. This one's a little bit nicer. I see, that's very interesting. Look at how much lighter this one is than the ones I was catching over in this pond. This is much lighter. Your more traditional bluegill color. It's very interesting. There we go. Making something happen with the bluegill today. Better than nothing. There we go. Get out of there. Give me back my gulp. Alrighty. Alright. Another bluegill. These are fun, you know? And as they have shown today, they can save a slow day of fishing. Alright, there we go. This one's tiny. I saw he needed a couple of seconds to get it in his mouth. He was chewing on it for a little bit. There we go. Just kind of hung that up over a weed and dangled it in front of him until he ate it. There he is. There was like 5 of them. And there was like a pecking order. And this guy was the first one to get it all the way in his mouth. There we go. You know, I'm almost tempted to put a hook in one of these guys and toss it out into those lily pads to see if there's anything bigger. But I don't really have the equipment for that today. So this one shall be spared, even though he's just about the perfect bait size. There we go. I noticed they're biting it a lot more tentatively now. I think they're getting wise to it. I had a bunch of them that are like, they're like picking up the tail and running with it, but they're not getting the whole thing in their mouth. Well guys, overall it was a pretty tough day of fishing. Couldn't get anything to happen on those larger lures, but fortunately I was able to downsize, found some bluegill, and I had fun with those for a while. So the day wasn't a total loss. And I know it's kind of disappointing that I was fishing at Ghost Lake and we didn't see any ghosts, but that kind of stands to reason, right? I mean, ghosts. What a silly thing to believe in. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you on the next adventure. God. Thought I would never find this thing. Wait. Why is it on?